What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here, and this is going to be the official launch video for our TDK GTA server. We're going to kind of show you guys some of the basics, some of the stuff that we have to offer, and what you guys can kind of expect from playing on our server. If you're already familiar with the server, you've been around for a while, seen what we've done, then this video can pretty much be ignored. This is mainly going to go up on the voting sites for everybody to kind of see what they can expect. So first off, what is the GTA server? Well, GTA server is a shooter, FPS-oriented game type. Basically, you get guns, you go out, you kill people, you make money off of them, you make money off of monsters, and you try and upgrade your weapons, get a bigger, better tiers, and basically dominate the server. At the moment, we're still adding a lot of elements to it. Hopefully by August, we'll have gangs implemented. We're going to be adding housing. We're going to have quite a few other things. This is just the basic game mode for now. So when you first get in here, this is going to be spawn. You're going to see 4 shops around you, north, south, east, west. West over here is going to show you the upgrades. I will be going over this here in just a minute on a little bit more in depth, but if you're ever curious on how to upgrade things, this is where you're going to want to come and take a look. Over here is the gun store, and where you can also buy and sell ammo and food. So if you want to purchase a weapon, you can purchase a weapon here. You can purchase a weapon here. If you need to sell your food, you can sell it there. You can sell all of your guns right here. Now this is all of the rank weapons, so rank 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. So you've got pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, SMGs, and sniper rifles. Pretty much ignore the rest of these because these are for the tiered weapons. If you want to sell a tiered weapon for whatever reason, you can do so at one of these. I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but if you so choose, you can. And then you can sell food over there. You can buy food right here if you need to. And then you can sell ammo, buy ammo, etc., etc. Now this over here is the default weapons. So these are the equivalent. If you're not using the resource pack, these are going to look like wooden tools. And these are the rank 2 weapons, which are going to be stone tools. Obviously, as you progress from wood to diamond, the weapons should get better. There are a few exceptions to those rules, like certain weapons are better in certain situations. For instance, like the Remington and the sawed-off may not do as much damage as the KSG. Well, may not have as many bullets in the mag as the KSG, but they fire significantly faster. So if you need to kill somebody quickly, dropping somebody with the sawed-off might work better than a KSG just because of the fire rate. Once you leave there, over here, this is another critical spot that you're going to want to use quite frequently. This is our bank. In here, this is where you will be able to turn your money into physical currency. The way it works, if you go outside and you get killed by somebody out in the wild, then you are going to lose 10% of the cash that you're carrying on you. So right now, I have $749. So if I died and somebody kills me, they're going to make 74 bucks. So right over here, if I come over here and buy this, you can see I just bought 7 nether quartz. If we do slash battle again, I'm at $49. So if I die, now somebody's only gonna get like $4.90. Now let's say I wanna buy something, so you come back over here, you can sell back. Now I have my full money again, and you can just basically kind of rinse and repeat that over and over again. Now everybody has access to an ender chest. This is your default storage. Donors have access to player vaults. With player vaults, you'll be able to store up your stuff in greater quantities. It's basically the equivalent of double. Nova has 6 vaults plus the ender chest. It's quite a significant amount of storage. And in this game type, you do kind of run into the need to store quite a few things. Over here, we have all of the different armor types. You can only buy, I believe, you can only buy leather and chain. So if you want to get some gear, you can buy these. You can buy bandages here. These are the healing item that'll allow you to have, about 4 or 5 points of health it's about every 60 seconds, give or take. The rest of these are selling. So you can sell iron, you can sell diamond, gold, leather, chain. You can see the prices on these over here. I believe this one sells for 500, this one sells for 1,000. We need to get those 2 signs sorted out. We're still technically in beta, so kind of working out the last few bugs that we have. So anyways, if you want to sell some of these armor types, you can do so here. Pretty substantial amounts of money there. definitely worth doing if you've got quite a few extra. It'll help you get rid of some of that inventory space, and you can always store it as physical currency and then buy and sell from other people later. All right, so let me cover the upgrade system, and I think this is one of the things that kind of makes us unique server-wise. Now, these are all of the different weapon types you can see right here. These are the different upgrade tokens. Now, these will obviously look different if you chose not to use our texture pack that prompts when you download from the server. So basically the way it works is we have 5 ranks of each weapon. So every single weapon has 5 different types. Then on top of that, each weapon itself has 5 tiered upgrades. So you have a tier 1 Remington, tier 2 Remington, tier 3 Remington, tier 4 Remington, and tier 5 Remington. That's the same for each weapon. Now, the nice thing is, when you get in here, some of these weapons are really nice and you don't want to lose them. Well, tier 2, nothing really changes. You get some extra ammo, they get a little bit better, but that's about it. However, at tier 3, the weapons stop dropping. So you've invested enough at that point to keep your weapon regardless. It's become one with you. You and it have bonded on a spiritual level, and it's not going to go anywhere. So at that point, you're not going to run into any problems. You can keep it. So obviously, you're going to want to go out, play with weapons, find the one you like. Once you find the one you like, you're going to want to upgrade it to tier 3. So how does the tier 3 rank process upgrade work? Well, this right here is how you make all of the different tiered upgrades. So the first one, you need to find a golden apple. You can find these either by buying them from other players, or you can get it in the random loot chests, which I'll show you here in just a second. The percentage drop rate on this is very, very rare. So, it's not an easy to get item. It'll take you, with about 2 hours of play, you can usually find somewhere between 2 and 5. So that kind of gives you an idea of what to expect. Anyways, you want to surround this with 2 of each ammo types with the exception of SMGs. So not SMGs, but 2 sniper, 2 shotgun, 2 pistol, 2 assault rifle in a pattern like this, and that's going to give you the tier 2 upgrade tool. So that's exactly what it looks like here in the crafting bench. I'm going to go ahead and show you on the off chance you don't believe me for whatever reason. So I put you here. Now, the nice thing about this recipe is it is shapeless, so you can put these in at whatever variant you so choose. That's going to give you the tier 2 upgrade tool. Use that, it gets rid of that, and it's wonderful. Now, let's see. We'll do it on the Barrett. This is the big diamond 50 cal. So with this, you put the Barrett in here. You put the tier 2 upgrade tool here, and you can see right here you have a 50% chance to upgrade and a 50% chance to fail. What does that mean? Well, that means when you click this chest to pull it out of there, you're either going to get the item that you wanted, or it's going to destroy both the upgrade and the gun. That sounds a little harsh, but it does make kind of a little gambling procedure go on, because you run the risk of getting a better weapon, or you run the risk of losing it. This basically makes some of these higher tiered weapons extremely valuable. We've been open for about a week, and I think there is only 1 tier 4 on the server, and we have no tier 5s. We do have a couple rank tier 3s, but that's about, or rank 5 tier 3s, but that's about it. So we click on this, we succeeded. You'll notice it says Infinity 2. If you just scroll your mouse over it a couple times, it turns into the tier 2 weapon. Perfect. All right, so then if you want to upgrade to the next tier, you're going to need a bunch of tier 2 tokens surrounding a golden apple. It looks just like this. So you're going to have to do this recipe 8 times to get all of those, and then you just need 1 more golden apple. That is going to give you the tier 3 token. Now, obviously, the further up you go in this rank system, the harder and harder it's going to get. So right here, this is the tier 3 one. We put this bad boy in here, we put the tier 2 Barrett that we just made, and that's going to give us now a 25% chance. So over there it was 50, now we're at 1 in 4. So instead of 2 out of 4, it's 1 in 4. Again, if we click this and it fails, it disappears. So now the critical thing about tier 3 is this is the rank when items stop dropping. So this is the important thing. One way to look at it is, even if you've got a diamond weapon, you're probably not going to want to run around out in PvP with it because, if you die, you lose it. You're giving that to somebody else. And you really don't want to give one of these weapons away. At the same time, you don't want to just leave it in storage, because if you leave it in storage, it's not doing you any good. So your options are sell it to somebody, sell it to the server store, or try and upgrade it. If you sell it to the server store, you can make about 400k for a tier 5 or a rank 5 weapon. That makes sure that none of your enemies are going to get it. If you sell it to another player, you can make substantially more than that, but you're basically giving a weapon that might be used against you at a later time. Or you can upgrade it. Now, keep in mind, upgrade tokens are pretty expensive. Right now, golden apples, after a week of running the server, run somewhere between $50,000 to $100,000. A tier 3 weapon like this could run as much as $1 million to $4 million. It just kind of depends. So we're going to click on this, see if we succeed. Oh, and we failed. That sound that you heard, that's basically letting you know that, oops, failed. So you'll notice the token's gone, the weapon's gone, sad face. So that's what a lot of people are going to rant and rave a little bit, but it's all part of the game. Right here, this is the first time the tiers start getting a little bit harder. You're going to notice this recipe needs 8 golden apples as opposed to 1. That's a lot more expensive. Obviously, you're still going to need to do this recipe 8 times and this recipe 8 times to get moved on up. So you'll definitely need 8 apples this time, which substantially increases the cost. And let's see, let's do shot, get, we want, what is it, M82. We're wanting a tier 3. There we go. So that's our tier 3 Barrett right there. Now the percentage chance on this one is going to go down even further. Now you have a 15% chance to get this thing upgraded. That's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty. And we failed. Finally, right here, tier 4 tokens surrounded by 16 golden apples. And this one I believe has a 1% chance. 1% chance. So, you know, getting to tier 2, tier 3, that's not too hard. Tier 4 and tier 5, that's going to be extremely hard. 1% chance on a tier 5 is ridiculous. Now, that being said, the tier 5 weapons are also insanely powerful. They have, at tier 4, you usually get a damage upgrade, and at the tier 5, you start getting potion effects. So to let you guys in on a little secret, let's see, I know for instance, assault rifles give you nausea. So I'm not going to tell you how they do it. There's specific parts of the body you have to hit to get that. Sniper rifles, they will give you slowness. So again, you have to hit specific body parts to trigger that effect. SMGs, we haven't quite got the tier 5 or the tier effects in yet. Those will be implemented in the next couple of days. Shotguns, I want to say it's Wither. I'm not sure, and I don't remember what it is for pistols. You'll have to kind of play with them and see yourselves. But that's our upgrade system. That's our upgrade system. Kind of cool. One other system that we've got, if I can remember where I put it, is our CSGO crates. These crates you can get in a variety of different ways. So we have the voting crate, we have the keeper crate, the loadout crate, and the upgrade chest. So let's go over what's in each one of these. The voting crate, which you can pull up right here, if you vote on the server, this is the items that you can get. If you hold your cursor over each one of these, you can see the percentage chance that you have to get each one of these items. Now, you'll notice that we have some rank 3 and rank 4 weapons in here. That's actually a pretty good find if you can get it. Obviously, the chances are very, very small. You also have a chance to get some pretty nice amounts of golden apples. You got a tier 5 upgrade, 2 tier 4 upgrades, tier 3 upgrades, full suits of armor, and then individual pieces of the diamond gear itself. Now, most of our guns are balanced around leather and chain and iron. Diamond has a substantial advantage. So if, for whatever reason, you were able to get a full suit of diamond, you would be very, very hard to kill. Diamond is the only rank of armor that can survive a M82 hit to the face. It's the only one. So everything else pretty much splatters all over the place. So the way these work is you right-click to open it up. You can see what's inside, or you can left-click. And if you're familiar with CSGO crates or pretty much any crate that works like this, you'll be kind of familiar with this. The green icon right here shows you what you're going to get, and holy crap, we got really lucky. We had a 0.39% chance to get this. We got 8 golden apples. Awesome. Now, these other 3 crates are what we call premium crates. The way you get these right now is through our server store. You will also be able to find these in loot chests, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. But obviously the chance of finding these in a loot chest is very, 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 very rare. All right, so the keeper crate. Keeper crate basically means any weapon you get in here, you will keep. So all of these weapons are going to be tier 3, as you can see right here. So since these have already been upgraded to tier 3 for you, you don't have to worry about that. If you get a weapon in here, it is automatically yours for life, unless you decide to sell it or trade it or throw it away or whatever. Obviously, the lower tier weapons in the keeper crate are going to have a higher chance of dropping. the higher tier ones are going to be harder to get. So we ended up with M4 T3. Nice thing about the M4, pretty good fire rate. Pretty nasty little weapon there. Pretty nasty little weapon. All right, so the upgrade chest. This one right here basically helps you upgrade your stuff. You have 8 tier 2 tokens, 3 tier 3 tokens, 2 tier 4 tokens, and 1 tier 5 token. These basically just save you a little bit of grinding. And if you're lucky, they can really give you, I mean, you get some of these higher upgrades, you can really make a pretty penny off of these. Definitely make some bank. Definitely make some bank. Then we have the loadout crates. Now this, unlike the keeper crate, does not give you the tier 3. These are all tier 1s. However, you do have the option to get the tier 5 or the rank 5 weapons in this. So you have the Para, you have the Saiga, you have the Barrett, you have the M249, and then you have the P90. So these are the top end weapons right here that you're going to want to get. These are all the diamond weapons basically. Yeah, there's the SMGs. So again, the higher up the rank of weapon, the harder it's going to get. Go from there. What are we going to end up with? Oh, Vector. Vector's a pretty nasty little SMG. Pretty nasty little SMG. All right, so let's head back to spawn, and I want to show you guys how you actually get out into the game. So right over here, at the moment, this is our exit. We may be adding, well, let me rephrase. We will be adding more signs. We will probably be adding them on more points. We are going to be expanding the map over the next couple months. But for now, this right here is when you want to go. You just want to come and click on one of these signs, and you'll notice you've been deposited somewhere randomly out here in the world. We'll do it one more time. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind between us and a lot of the other GTA servers is nighttime on our server is pretty nasty. We do have quite a few bad guys, and they're nasty. They're not friendly. They hit hard. They will chase you. They're vindictive. Their feelings get hurt, and any places in like this, you're gonna have some hard times. Oof, oof. Now you saw that chest right there. Let me go ahead and gear up. Well, let's just go into God mode. That's the easiest way to do it. This way we don't have to worry about dying, and I can actually show you guys how it works. All right, so we've spawned on a completely different side of the map. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run around and look for these chests. When you find these chests, you open the chest, and you'll have a chance of getting certain items. It can be weapons, it can be golden apples, it can be bandages, it can be ammo, it can be armor. Eventually it's going to have the crates inside of it, etc., etc. And you basically just run around, you get these little things, you get geared up, and now you're ready to go. Go find some poor bastard, and then you unload on him, kill him. Hopefully he's forgotten to turn his money into quartz, and you've got a decent little chunk of change there. And then, you know, you're basically running around trying to find the different golden apples and such so you can rank up your weapons, get stronger, get badder, kick more ass, etc., etc. Now you'll notice in the top right-hand corner, well, middle right-hand corner, we've got a most wanted list. Currently that is set to the kills. So you'll notice Herobrine currently has 220 kills. If you pull up in here, you'll notice in the top center of your screen, you're going to see numbers next to everybody's name. So for instance, let's see, where is Herobrine? Herobrine has 90 deaths. So 220 kills, 90 deaths. TNBRTN is not on the list, but he only has 3. So it kind of gives you an idea for the KDR. We will be adding a gangs plugin here shortly, which will track your KDR of you and of your clan or your gang, whatever you want to call it. And the most wanted list will be changing shortly to basically reset on death. It's going to be a hardcore most wanted list. So it'll probably be reset either once a week or once a month. And the goal will be to get as high as possible. When you die, you will be yanked off the leaderboard. Well, let me rephrase. Your progress will stop. So like, let's say Herobrine dies right now. Well, once we get it working, Herobrine will stay on the top of the list because he has 220 kills, and he'll have to start back over from the bottom. So now he's going to start accumulating. Well, if Brado manages to stay alive long enough to kick over to 221, then Herobrine will drop down on the list. Brado will become the new big guy. Let's say he dies at 221. He will stay on the top of the list, but he'll be able to start back over, and everybody else will work their way up. Think of it kind of like Blizzard's Diablo 3 hardcore ladder. Just because, you know, you're number 1 on the list doesn't necessarily mean you're still alive. And then once you get past, somebody else takes the number 1 spot. And we'll be giving out prizes to those who manage to stay on the top of the list of the hardcore most wanted list. Also going to try and work in some sort of reward for killing them, i.e. maybe a crate on killing them or maybe some cash. We'll see how it goes. But that, my friends, is more or less our GTA server in a nutshell. This is part of the TDK network, so any ranks you buy there will also work on our prison server. They also work on our creative server, and when we reopen factions, they'll also work on factions as well. So hopefully you guys are excited about this. We'd love to see you guys here. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, slap that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next clip.